Hey, well, today's daily sprint talking about increasing our purpose, passion, and meaning. And today we're talking about friendships. We actually just talked about friendships yesterday. I introduced you to Frank, Dan, and Mike. But today we're going to talk about a little bit different way to look at our friendships. So if you've tuned into these daily sprints before, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. But you've heard us talk a lot. You've heard me talk a lot about weeding out friends that aren't serving you or that are holding you back and making friends that are helping take you to the next level. So then you can become the person that they need in their life too. So it's like a double level up. But what about the friends that you have that are great friends? They are not negative. They're not like holding you back. They're not mean. They actually might actually really be supportive of what you have going on. But should you weed through those? Should you weed through those friends? So we're going to talk about what my buddy Jim talked to me about is friendships will have sometimes seasonality of them. And I didn't like really the term of that because I'm like, no, man, I don't want to know someone for a season. I want to know them for a whole life. Well, here's the thing, that priorities will change. So you can say seasonality is the same as priorities. So for example, maybe if you write out your top 3 values, and maybe business is right up there. Business growth. You're just ready to grow. That's me right now. We are in growth phase. We talk about business constantly. We talk about faith constantly, of growing in those areas. So a lot of our like fitness friends that we had in the past, we no longer serve them because we're not talking that language anymore. They no longer serve us. Now, that doesn't mean like we're cutting them out. They got to go. But we are kind of diverting energy and focus into other friendships that are more aligned with what we have going on. So sometimes you want to do an inventory of your friendships. So 3 questions that you can ask yourself in doing an inventory of your friendships. And if you find out that there's some friendships that just don't fit into this inventory, you don't cut them out if they're good, positive people. It's just good to be aware, because where your focus goes, your energy flows, and where your energy flows, that's where your priorities will lie. So number 1, are they moving in the same direction of you? Okay. Friends that you had from 10 years ago, are they moving in the same direction of you and their faith and their fitness and their finances and whatever your top 3 priorities are and their fulfillment, fun? Number 2 is, are they supporting your wins? This is the big one. I love my family, very much so. But my family, really, they don't even know the game I'm playing or what I'm winning at. So they don't really support any of my wins. So I don't spend like an abundance of time, driving to Detroit to spend time with family. Do I ignore them? Absolutely not. 100% not. So don't misread me here. But that's not a top priority of making that drive and really further cultivating those friendships. Okay, hopefully that makes sense to you. And then finally, what do you want to get great? Is one of your top 3 priorities? Okay, so define your top 3 priorities. What do you want to get great at? And then is that one of their top 3 priorities? So just match priorities. So friends that you've had for a long time, for many seasons of life, just match, are their priorities the same as your priorities still? And again, we're not talking about cutting these people out, but having the awareness will then help you divert attention to friendships that you're going to better serve. It's not just about serving you, but you're going to better serve and they're going to better serve you. And by nature, you're going to divert attention away from some other friendships, but you definitely don't need to cut them out, or it doesn't need to be a dramatic thing. But if you're living a growth-driven lifestyle, that is absolutely something that needs to happen in your garden of friendship. It needs to be pruned. It needs to be weeded. And this is kind of pruning. Weeding is just casting the negative out. So let me know what your thoughts of this. I'd love to hear in the comments, and have a great growth-driven rest of your day.